Listening to wise advice. During the American Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln once found himself wanting to please a politician, so he issued a command to transfer certain Union Army regiments. When the Secretary of War, Edwin Stanton, received the order, he refused to carry it out. He said that the president was a fool. Lincoln was told what Stanton had said, and he replied, "If Stanton said I'm a fool, then I must be, for he is nearly always right. I'll see for myself." As the two men talked, the president quickly realized that his decision was a serious mistake, and without hesitation, he withdrew it. Though Stanton had called Lincoln a fool, the president proved wise by not digging in his heels when Stanton disagreed with him. Instead, Lincoln listened to advice, considered it, and changed his mind. Have you ever encountered someone who simply wouldn't listen to wise advice? It can be infuriating, can't it? Or even more personal, have you ever refused to listen to advice? As Proverbs 12:15 says, "The way of fools seems right to them, but the wise listen to advice." People may not always be right, but the same goes for us. Knowing that everyone makes mistakes, only fools assume they're the exception. Instead, let's exercise godly wisdom and listen to the wise advice of others, even if we initially disagree. Sometimes that's exactly how God works for our good.
Singing over us. A young father held his baby boy in his arms, singing to him and rocking him in soothing rhythm. The baby was hearing impaired, unable to hear the melody or the words. Yet the father sang anyway, in a beautiful, tender act of love toward his son. And his efforts were rewarded with a delightful smile from his little boy. The imagery of the father-son exchange bears a striking resemblance to the words of Zephaniah. The Old Testament prophet says that God will joyfully sing over his daughter, the people of Jerusalem. God enjoys doing good things for his beloved people, such as taking away their punishment and turning back their enemies. Zephaniah says they no longer have any reason for fear and instead have cause for rejoicing. We, as God's children, redeemed by the sacrifice of Jesus Christ, sometimes are hard of hearing, unable or perhaps unwilling to tune our ears to the exuberant love God sings over us. His adoration of us is like that of the young father who lovingly sang to his son despite his inability to hear. He has taken away our punishment too, giving us further reason to rejoice. Perhaps we might try to listen more closely to hear the joy ringing loudly in his voice. Father, help us to hear your loving melody and savor being held safely in your arms.